Whew. Can we all agree NXT is the real A show? At this point, it feels like a cliche to say NXT is the A show. It's a bigger cliche saying NXT was great or even an amazing show. It's a cliche saying that the main roster has no chance. It's literally become a cliche here. Now, first of all, let me do this properly. Hey everybody, it's Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk, and welcome to my NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4, or I like to call it NXT's version of WrestleMania 4. So that's how I like to start off. Of WrestleMania 4. So that's how I like to start off. So before I get on with the review, a couple of things I want to address. First of all, as you can tell, Brandon is not with me to review this. Usually he reviews NXT because he's a big fan of NXT. And I'm willing to bet $1,000,000 he would be reviewing this with me right now. Unfortunately, Brandon did get a very bad infection. He actually just got released from the hospital. I believe it was a couple weeks ago. I think it was a couple days ago. And he got this bite of some sort, but it turned out it wasn't the bite itself. It was just like he got this bad infection disease. So he wasn't here for the show. He's kind of in a hospital bed, but he got released. He got the good news that he's not going to need surgery or anything, but he unfortunately has been taking antibiotics, like to down like his heart area. So unfortunately, he's going through that. He's got to do it for 6 weeks, so it really sucks. It really sucks to be Brandon right now, but at least he's going to be fine. So that's something right there. But I did talk to Brandon today, so he is doing better. And originally, I was not going to do a WWE SummerSlam live reaction because mainly of Brandon, because I thought he was going to miss it. But I did talk to Noah and Andre and Zoe, and they might come over to my own personal house, my townhouse that I own, and we're thinking of doing live reactions to SummerSlam there. And Brand said he's feeling better, and that even though he is contagious, it turns out he got the note from today, so it's only his thumb that's contagious. So as long as he gets it wrapped up tightly, of course, washes his hands and doesn't do a whole lot of content, like picking up stuff and putting it back, like unwrapped, then it's fine. So that's going to be kind of what that is. So I'm going to talk to Brandon. We're going to figure something out. If there is no SummerSlam live reactions, I just want to let you know that's probably going to be the main reason why. But Brandon now looks like he can at least watch SummerSlam. So Brandon will hopefully be here tomorrow. If he does live reactions, that's fine, but probably he will most likely not even do a review. Again, it just kind of varies on that. But so that's it for Brandon. And then earlier today, I did go to Stockton Con in here, Stockton, California. So I spent the day there meeting some people, looking around. I met Sting, James Ellsworth, and both John Morrison and his wife Taya Valkyrie. Got pictures with them. I'll post them on Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that so you guys can see. So Stockton Con was a lot of fun today. So that's kind of what happened there. But besides that, I want to go ahead and talk about Takeover Brooklyn because there is quite a bit to talk about. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and check out the match card. Open contest, Undisputed Era defeated Mustache Bound Tyler Bate and Trent Seven for the NXT Tag Team Championships. I dare anyone crap on this match. I dare you to say anything bad about this. I dare you. Because not only was this match great. It was amazing. This match was insane. Way better than I thought it was going to be. And it got almost 20 minutes. Yeah, almost 20 minutes. I don't even remember most of the moves. All I remember was the storytelling, the close finishes. It went back and forth. It got insane. It felt like a Mania match. It literally felt like Revival versus DIY a couple years ago. It literally felt that kind of caliber of a tag team match. It honestly did. I really got nothing else to say, but you just gotta go watch the match. Undisputed Era won, and then afterwards, War Machine came out and attacked them, so that could set up their match at either NXT tapings or NXT Takeover War Games 2. I believe that's the next NXT show. His name is the Takeover War Games 2, which will be happening in November, I believe it is. So they could be doing that. But they did, so that's probably what they're hinting at now. But excellent match. Go watch that match. Much that's around Undisputed Era, go watch it. I'm not even gonna just go watch it. You'll know what I'm talking about. Next match, Velveteen Dream defeating EC3 in a one-on-one match. This match was good. It wasn't great, and it was definitely not the best Velveteen Dream match. It was better than expected, but the problem is, I think, because Velveteen Dream had Aleister Black at Takeover War Games last year, and that match was awesome. He had that match with Ricochet recently, and that match was awesome. Even the match with Cassius Ohno, even though it was pretty short, it was pretty good. Not saying this was a bad match, but I would say, in terms of Takeover, this was the least intense dream match or intriguing dream match. I'll say this today that I've never been a big fan of EC3. I could just never get into him. I don't know what it is. He can talk. He's got a great look to him. But in terms of his wrestling, I can just never get into him. I just don't find him that good. And when I found these two were fighting, like normally I'll be Velveteen Dream, like, oh, I'm looking for a Velveteen Dream match the most. But this was probably one of the few times where I was like not really looking forward to this match. In fact, I would say this was the match I was looking forward to the least. And that's saying something because it's Velveteen Dream. But out of that, it was still good. It just wasn't as impactful as the other Dream matches. Velveteen Dream won. Thank God. He needed this win majorly. Like, he needed this way more EC3. EC3 is a bigger name. He could take a loss. Dream needed this victory bad. And now there are rumors of him going to the main roster soon. I hope the guy doesn't happen. I hope he stays in NXT. I don't even care. He can leave and can just have his entire career in NXT and then just leave after that, after his contract expires. I don't want him in the main roster. And if he goes anywhere in the main roster, I'm just hoping SmackDown will be the closest thing. If he goes to Raw, he's screwed. I'm telling you that right now. He better not go to Raw, otherwise he's screwed. Plus, I think Velveteen Dream deserves to win an NXT title at least once before he leaves. And so that's what I think. And big victory like this, I hope he stays in NXT longer, and I hope he has a future title match in store. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, good match, but nothing groundbreaking, nothing exciting. But Velveteen Dream deserved a victory here. Next match. Actually, I believe we had. I want to talk about this too. We had the Matt Riddle and NXT attendance today. Matt Riddle, I've never really. I've heard of him. He's like Keith Lee. I've heard of him, but I've never really seen much of him. So I've seen some of his like movesets and stuff. So it's going to be very interesting seeing how he plays out NXT. So probably within the next few weeks or a month or so, he's going to debut. We'll have to wait and see, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see what they do with Matt Riddle. Next match, we have Ricochet defeating Adam Cole for the North American Championship. I thought this match was really good. I read it. I thought it was. I think my expectations were a little bit higher for this, but Ricochet unfortunately has been known he was in pain. He's been hurt, so I noticed he was a little slower than usual. But again, I don't blame him because he's been hurt for a little bit. So, I noticed he was a little slower. But he's still athletic, and he still had a good match. I'm not dismissing, but I just felt like these two can have a better match. I'm hoping maybe at War Games they have a more like all-out match. That's kind of my gripe. I hope Ricochet kind of heals better so he could be a little bit more athletic, a bit more quicker. But what they did, I thought was good. Ricochet doing a springboard moonsault and then getting super kicked to the face. I thought that was cool. Adam Cole, after the beginning of the match, Adam Cole, I think, jumped in the air, and then they both went in midair, and Ricochet drop kick Adam Cole, and Adam Cole looked like he was going to do a leapfrog. He just kicked him in midair. I thought that was funny. Something out of the Matrix or something, or Kung Fu movie. Adam Cole, backbreakers, springboard moves, athleticism, towards the end, 360 splash. Or 630 splash, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. I think 630 splash. I believe that's what they call it. So he won with that. New champion again. I honestly thought this match was going to be a lot better, but it was still good. Like, I'm not going to take anything away. Like, one hand, I do understand Ricochet was hurt, and he's been hurt for a little bit. So I noticed he wasn't as quick as he usually is. So I hope that these two have a rematch. Hopefully, I hope it's a lot more all out, and I'm hoping by then Ricochet will be feeling a lot better. But we'll have to wait and see. But overall, Ricochet is your new North American champion, second ever North American champion. Next, we have Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane for the NXT Women's Championship. Here's what I thought. On one hand, I thought Kairi Sane is the perfect person to beat Shayna Baszler. But then I also had this other thought of, like, why not just have Shayna Baszler hold the title to Evolution? And maybe have the winner of the Mae Young Classic fight Shayna Baszler, dethrone her. That would make them a big deal. So in my mind, it was kind of 50-50 booking on this. You could have literally went either way, and it would have made sense. Not only was this match, not only did Kairi Sane become NXT Women's Champion, this match was surprisingly great. It was a great match. I was thoroughly surprised of how great this match was. I expect this match to be good and nothing more, nothing else. But these two went out and had a great match. They really did. They Mae Young Classic match. I just watched that the other day. I thought that was good. I thought their NXT match on Tuesday I thought was solid. But this match was just great. They just went completely all out. Kairi Sane hit a couple of insane elbow drops. Baszler kicked out. Baszler working on the arms and the legs, just mangling them. I really like the ending. It kind of reminded me of the Finn Balor Samoa Joe spot in NXT a couple years ago, where Joe had the Coquina clutch and then Finn Balor countered it, like rolled him up, and then got a pinfall. It kind of looks like a fluke win. So that's kind of what happened here. You had Kairi Sane trying to go for the anchor. Shayna Baszler kept on getting to the ropes and trying to counter. Kairi Sane goes for the insane elbow for a third time. In midair, Shayna Baszler, I believe, gets her knees up. I believe kicks her arm, almost kicks her arm out of her socket. Immediately grabs grabs Kairi Sane to that choke, and as soon as she falls back to put the clutch in, cinch in completely, Kairi Sane pushes her lower body off the ground, flips her over, kind of what Balor did, Joe, pins her 1-2-3. So these two are definitely going to have a rematch. Definitely, most likely, probably going to be at Evolution. I can see them doing the rematch at Evolution with Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, because Evolution is in October, and the next NXT Takeover isn't until War Games. That's November. So I would say Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler, I would save that for Evolution. But I thought this was a great match. I was thoroughly surprised at how great this was. Well, speaking of Evolution, two things actually happened. First of all, they just announced their official first match for Evolution is Alexa Bliss versus Trish Stratus. So, and I thought this was kind of funny because a lot of people were comparing to Alexa Bliss to like a modern day Trish Stratus with the charisma, facial reactions, the looks, and how they kind of start off kind of like just modeling and just eye candy, but then they really worked and put the work into their promos and their abilities in the ring, and then they become some of the biggest wrestling stars ever. And that's what happened with Trish. Trish was known for being just a model, basically, just another body, just eye candy. And then eventually she progressed, she evolved, and she became one of those, in a lot of people's minds, the greatest women's wrestler of all time in WWE, anyway. And now look at what's Alexa Bliss doing. She started from being just eye candy, but then she's working on promos. She's getting way better in the ring. And a lot of people are comparing her to a modern day Trish Stratus. So I kind of feel like it's a kind of cool little thing there. It's the past versus the present, past versus future type of scenario. Both of them are very similar. I just think that's kind of cool there. But will it be for the championship? Well, we have to wait until tomorrow for Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss for that. And also, the new Disturbed album comes out on October 19th. A lot of people are going to be like, why are you bringing Disturbed up? The name of their album is called Evolution. And what pay-per-view is happening in October? Evolution. So does that mean Disturbed might be using one of their new songs for the Evolution pay-per-view? If they do, I'll call that. I'm going to call that right now. If Disturbed has a song called Evolution on their new CD that comes out on the 19th of October, I'm going to be the only person that calls that, and I will be damned if anybody takes that idea. I said first. If they do that, that'll be awesome. But either that, Kairi Sane Shayna Baszler was a great match. Way better than I thought. Next, the main event. Tommaso Ciampa versus Giant Gargano. Last man standing match for the NXT Championship. Oh, how many times? This is literally the opposite of a Randy Orton John Cena. Where it comes to Randy Orton John Cena, when they do their matches, they're not that great. And we get sick of them. Ciampa Gargano, we may get sick of them, but we know they're going to tell a great story. We know they're going to try and kill each other. This is the third consecutive Takeover main event match where they knocked it out of the park. I don't even... At this point, Gargano and Ciampa is a cliche of its own. You put these two in a ring, they're going to create magic immediately. I can't stress that enough. Last man standing, like this literally made the last man standing match between Nakamura and AJ Styles look mediocre. And AJ Nakamura last man standing, I thought that was a really great match. But the problem was that there wasn't a lot of impact moves. There wasn't really a lot of toys used. It was, and that was supposed to be a hated rivalry, yet they only used, I think, 8-chair and the announce table. I think that was it. This match, I used a fire extinguisher, a crutch, the wooden floors, steel steps, tables, chairs, barricades, handcuffs. They went all out on this again, and they killed each other. I mean, the long dart through the chair, the Ciampa grabbing the chair with the grabbing the chair and then using the chairs to ram Gargano's head first with his knee through the barricade. Burying Gargano. Love that. Freaking Gargano just smashing the crutch continuously. The angel wings on the steps. The jumping springboard like DDT Gargano does onto the one platform. It was insane. And I honestly thought they were going to make this a draw. That was my prediction. I honestly thought this was going to be a draw, which would give this excuse for them to have another match. And that's when I think they should have done Hell in a Cell. And I think this feud's still not over. So towards the end, we see Ciampa get handcuffed on the stage to like one of the bigger flat platforms. He gets handcuffed, so he's stuck. He can't go anywhere. Gargano is just insane. He just keeps super kicking. Ciampa's begging for mercy. Just please stop. I'm sorry. Gargano thinks about it. He pulls his knee pad down. He's gonna knee Ciampa in the face. He's gonna give him karma for what Ciampa did to Gargano last year. He runs towards him. He knocks him out. But in doing so, Gargano hits him, overshots, flies onto a table right in front of him on the other side, crashes into a bunch of like equipment boxes, takes a bad bump. His leg is killing him. Ref counts. And on top, ref's counting. Gargano's down. He's trying to get back up, but he's in so much pain. His knee's in so much pain. Ciampa's knocked out at this point. Referee starts counting, and we think that Gargano is going to get to his feet or it's going to end a draw, but at the very last second, Ciampa rolls off the stage because right between the table and the stage, there was like a little gap. So Ciampa literally rolls off, lands on his feet, right between where the projection stuff that Gargano landed on and the stage area. He lands right between your standing, and Gargano can't stand up. He's in too much pain. Ciampa retains the championship by defeating Gargano by luck. Again, Gargano let his anger get the better of him, and because of that, he wasn't thinking. And because of that, it cost him the match. And now people are saying that he might dislocate his knee. I think that's just storyline-wise. And plus, I think with that will give Gargano a time to kind of take a break. And then maybe Ciampa will have a different opponent at War Games. Maybe he'll fight Aleister Black in a rematch. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe he could fight Keith Lee. We'll have to see on that. But I think these two are not done. But if I had to make a prediction, I think they should take Gargano off TV for a while. And kind of take a break. Do maybe like Ciampa Aleister Black in a rematch. And then at the next Takeover in January next year, then that's when I do. If you want to do Ciampa Gargano, then you could do their fifth match. Technically it's their fifth match in WWE, but if you talk about NXT, it's their fourth match. But if you really want to go all out, I would wait until Brooklyn 5. Because WrestleMania is in New York. And NXT is going to be, I believe, a Takeover Brooklyn. They're going to be in Brooklyn again during WrestleMania weekend. And that's more fitting because Takeover Brooklyn is NXT's WrestleMania. And why not do Ciampa Gargano in a Takeover Brooklyn rematch? And this time you make this the final match. Hell in a Cell. I'm saying this right now. This feud does not end until it's Hell in a Cell. That's when the feud ends. It's going to come down to it. You see what these two can do in a singles match at Cruiserweight Classic. You see what these two can do in an unsanctioned match. We see what these can do in a street fight. You see what these guys can do in Last Man Standing. Imagine a fucking Hell in a Cell match in NXT. I'm saying it right now. Imagine them doing that. The Hell in a Cell match for NXT. I don't care if that happens at War Games. I don't care if that happens at the January show. I don't even care if it happens at Brooklyn 5. You have to do that match. There is no excuse. If you're not going to do it at War Games, fine. Then you can give Gargano a break, and you can do it either January or personally, I would save it till Brooklyn 5. Have a Brooklyn rematch and just have a Hell in a Cell match. Have them be the final count or something. Maybe you can even make it even better, like do a career versus title match inside Hell in a Cell. That'll get people talking. First of all, it's a Hell in a Cell match in NXT. No one's gonna expect that. And you have a career versus title match. So the stakes are on saying you could do like if Gargano loses, he leaves NXT. And if Ciampa loses, Gargano becomes champion, and you make this inside Hell in a Cell, create more drama. That will get people invested majorly. So other than that, I think that's about. I think that's pretty much it. There's just a lot of stuff that happened. You just gotta go watch NXT. I just posted on Twitter. Overall, I thought it was an 8.7 show. I thought it was still a great show. I still thought it was an awesome show. Like always, I think my only gripes I would say is maybe like the Dream and like I said, the Dream and the EC3 match. I thought it was just good. If that match was a little bit better, and if the Ricochet on Cole was a lot better, I think I would give this a way higher grade. But then again, Ricochet was hurt, so I understand he couldn't do a whole as he could be as quick. And then of course I know, and then Velveteen Dream EC3 just I don't know what happened, but it was just good, but it wasn't like anything groundbreaking. So if it was just those two things were kind of fixed, then I would have given this a lot higher grade in my eyes. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to comment down below. Tell me what your thoughts about the show. What did you guys think? Did you like it? What grade would you give it? In terms of SummerSlam tomorrow, there will be a review, guaranteed. But in terms of live reactions, it's 50-50 right now. We'll wait and see what happens. But either that, take care of my peeps. See you guys next time.